Good day, everyone. I am Genevieve Lingutan from BSE Black A, and today we will talk about language change and reconstruction. Let's discuss about language change. But first, let's start to know what is language change. Language change is the phenomenon by which permanent alterations are made in the features and the use of a language over time. All natural language change, and language change affects all the areas of language use. Types of language change include sound changes, lexical changes, semantic changes, and syntactic changes. Language is always changing. We've seen that language changes across space and across social group. Language also varies across time. Generation by generation, pronunciations evolve. New words are borrowed or invented. The meaning of old words drift, and morphology develops or decay. The rate of change varies, but whether the changes are faster or slower, they build up until the mother tongue becomes arbitrarily distant and different. After 1,000 years, the original and new languages will not be mutually intelligible. In isolated subpopulations, speaking the same language, most changes will not be shared. As a result, such subgroups will drift apart linguistically and eventually will not be able to understand one another. So here is a puzzle. Language change is functionally disadvantageous in that it hinders communication and it is also negatively evaluated by socially dominant groups. Nevertheless, it is a universal fact of human history. But how and why does language change? There are many different routes to language change. Changes can originate in language learning or through language contact, social differentiation, and natural processes in usage. Language learning. Language is transformed as it is transmitted from one generation to the next. Each individual must recreate a grammar and lexicon based on input received from parents, older siblings, and other members of the speech community. The second one is language contact. In such contact situations, language often borrows words, sounds, constructions, and so on. Social differentiation. Linguistics can be achieved through vocabulary, slang or jargon, pronunciation, usually via exaggeration of some variants already available in the environment, morphological processes, syntactic construction, and so on. And the last is natural processes in usage. Rapid or casual speech naturally produces processes such as assimilation, dissimilation, syncope, and apocope. Through repetition, particular cases may become conventionalized and therefore produce even in slower or more careful speech. So there are two kinds of language change: internal factor and external factor. So first, what is internal factor? Internal factor changes that occur because of the way speakers gradually modify their language over time. Example, replacing the and thou with more informal you. External factor. External factor changes that occur because of language contact and borrowing. Example, American versus British. Pronunciation of garbage. American pronounce garbage, while British pronounce garbage. So, what are the causes of changing language? So first, just because of social status. People of higher status introduce changes and later considered prestigious. Example, fries, chips. Second one is interaction and contact. Borrowing of others' dialects. Interaction increases influence on other language. Example, sushi in Japan. Dialect change. Using of differences vocabulary, pronunciation due to difference in dialects. Example, autumn, fall, lift, elevator. Gender. Difference between speech of men and women. Women introduce more standards form, beautiful, sweet, while men introduce vernacular forms, cool, and weak. Another one is laziness. Occurs mainly because of laziness and shortening and combining in words. Example, I am, I'm, going to, gonna. And the last one that causes of changing language is inappropriate teaching. Children learn in adults with majority usage of words. Example, dirty, stinky. So these are the causes of changing language. I hope you learned something from this video and thank you for watching.